iRacing is a sim racing game that combines a true-to-life racing experience with an online community of virtual racers from all around the globe. iRacing offers a multitude of officially licensed cars and tracks, laser scanned with millimeter accuracy. Their car models and mechanical systems are based on real-world physics and engineered in cooperation with manufacturers and race teams. Their skill license system ranges from rookie to pro, ensuring members are always pitted against those with similar skill sets. Members are able to sign up for a weekly race series, compete in time trials, host a private race with friends, and participate in racing leagues created and run by the community. With over 170,000 members, iRacing works in partnership with renowned motorsports organizations like NASCAR to deliver virtual races based on the real-life NASCAR Cup Series, as well as many other series on the NASCAR ladder. iRacing also features team racing, providing a variety of options for members to create and manage their own teams. Race with friends or real-world teammates in full-length endurance events like the 24 Hours of Daytona, Spa 24, or the Bathurst 12 Hour. Additional partners include IMSA, World of Outlaws, Supercars, and IndyCar, allowing members to race in their very own Indianapolis 500, Bathurst 1000, Chili Bowl, and many more iconic events. This is iRacing, delivering the most authentic racing experience short of getting into a real race car. Sign up today at iRacing.com.
Welcome in here tonight, race fans. It is that time of year again. The Upstate Racing League is back for its 12th season of pro racing competition here with the Super Late Model divisions. Back behind the microphones this season to bring you all the racing action. My name is Roger Demuth, and alongside me here tonight, it's our friend from Canada. It's Kelly Dahl. Kelly, it's back. It's time. It's Super Late Model racing with some of the best iRacers on the service.
Yeah, of course, like I say, every year, I'm always looking forward to this time of year when the league starts back up again and I get to watch these guys because, as you said, they're some of the best super late model drivers available on the iRacing service, and I think this is just one of the best leagues to see them all battle it out for the next few weeks.
In the next few weeks, of course, it starts right here. 12 weeks this season, and, well, it starts all right here at Iowa. This track, it's one of the short tracks that claims fame to the Midwest. This track tonight, though, we will go 112 laps the distance here tonight. Of course, in our Rumar vinyl siding season opener. I mean, this is great. We start every season off right here at Iowa. Last couple of seasons, though, these drivers, who has gone to victory lane the most? Well, he's in the field tonight, and that's Stefan Marinak. He's back. He's a season champion. He's a past winner here. You got to be liking his chances already to start the season.
Yeah, he won this race. Actually, no, he was not the one that won this race last year. Last year, the race actually went to Justin Fuller, and so far, looking at the qualifying times, he's up towards the top, so I'd be watching for that 51 machine, because I think that guy might be heading towards the front.
He's always one of those drivers to head towards the front. Of course, tonight's race, we did talk about it. It is Rumar Vinyl Designs night here. Of course, they do all types of vinyl graphics, outdoor, indoor use. Their vinyl graphics, they do banners, signs, vehicles, and much more. Let Rumar Vinyl Designs get stuck on you. We got to thank Best Colorful Creations. We didn't talk about them just yet. Of course, Best Colorful Creations, the title sponsor here with the Pro Series this season, back for the second year of action. Of course, you know, if you know Beth, she's got Colorful Creations. She can make any special cake for any special moment. Make sure to head on over to Facebook and contact Best Colorful Creations and get your cake today. So right now these drivers are in qualifying sessions. Some new faces and, well, some faces that you may recognize, but they may have some new numbers, new graphics this season. Kelly, we've been here for a little while watching some of these new drivers, and there's one driver that in particular is not here tonight and is not racing this season due to real-world racing conflicts with our racing schedule this season. That was a rookie last year, and that was Robbie Keneally out of California. He's not here, so a new rookie this season and a new champion.
Yeah, we have a number of rookies in the field, and like you said, last year we saw a rookie come in and win the championship, and right now, looking at the timing, we have another rookie sitting at the top, so maybe history will repeat itself, and we'll see back-to-back rookie champions.
You never know what's going to happen, especially when the Best Colorful Creations Pro Series does hit the Speedway. This year, also on the docket, we have a lot of racers. We talked about the racers that are rookies this year. You look through the field, you see drivers that have real-world racing experience. Alex Papini has real racing experience, and of course, another one of those, or two other rookies, Michael Trevarthen and Dalton Williamson. Those drivers all carrying real-world badges of real-world race victories here into the Upstate Racing League, and we'll see how those will work out if they can transition this season as a rookie. But it looks like official qualifying is going to be completed here tonight as your starting lineup is coming up here next, and this is how they will take tonight's grid for the season opener here in your Rumar Vinyl Designs 112. Starting on the front row, he drives the number 39 here. This is a rookie out of Illinois. This is Alex Papini. Starting his outside, another one of those rookies tonight is actually, I believe that is completely incorrect. It'll be Mike Alexander starting to the outside of row number 2. That'll be Matthew It's Matthew Barkhouse in car number 15. He'll go from 3rd. Bill Martin into the 4th starting spot here tonight, while Justin Fuller in car number 51's back. He will start 5th. 6th, we'll go to the number 2 of Michael Trevarthen, and to the outside of him, starting in the 7th position, driving the number 13G. That's the G-Man, Guillaume Fortin. And back into position number 8 here tonight, driving the 7-11 entry, a rookie, Brett Hahn, will make his debut. Casey Bietti is back behind the wheel of car number 45 this season, and starting back into the 10th spot, that'll be Justin McDuff.
Starting just outside the top 10 in the 98 machine is going to be Chris Stump, with Brian Rogers, the 12 machine, rolling off in 12th. Next row, we have the row of 8s, the 88 of Matt Eddy on the inside, and on the outside, the 8 of Stefan Marinak. Just behind them, we have Gary Eschen, another rookie in the field, alongside of another veteran, the 73 of Vernon Woodard. Brian Hacker in the 11 car, he'll be rolling off in 17th, while Rodney Huntoon rolls off 18th. And yet again, one of our rookies, the 1 of Dalton Williamson, he'll be in the 19th position, and Justin Rigsby rounds out the top 20 in the 31 machine.
Starting back into the 21st position here tonight out of South Glen Falls, New York, it'll be the number 96 of Al Smith Jr. Starting to his outside, the Best Colorful Creations, number 81 of Jimmy McIntyre Jr. Matt McLean will pilot car number 88 here tonight, while the number 2B of Brett Bartels, the Bartel Builders 2B entry will go 24th. 25th will go to the Epic Media, number 6 of Joe Schaefer Jr. And back in action behind the wheel of car number 72 here tonight, that'll be Andy Lambert. Scott Austin in car number 27 will roll from, or actually, that's the 5 car of Scott Austin here tonight. He'll go from 27th. 28th, we'll go to Mike Holtzclaw. Then it'll be Ellie Musgrave, A.J. Hamill, Jeremy Carpenter in car number 1, along with Jeremy Bingham. He's a rookie this season behind the wheel of car number 17. Car number 13 MA here tonight. The driver out of Massachusetts, driving the Granny Hips Walkers and Canes, number 13 MA. That's Joshua Buckley. And back into the 34th starting position here tonight, Rob Higgins in car number 40. E.J. O'Rourke, one of those rookies from last season, he'll start 35th. Stephen Roachford, car number 66, a rookie this season, will go 36th. And 37th on the call to the grid here tonight will be the driver of car 07. That's Matt Vade. He will be a rookie this season, and he did not take to the grid here tonight. So a couple of laps here before we get our race started here tonight. Still 112 laps will be the distance here tonight in the Rumar Vinyl Designs 112 for the season opener. It's our 12th season of racing competition with the super late models here with the Upstate Racing League. And Kelly, you've been here, well, almost all of them, if I'm not mistaken. Take a look through the field here, make your early season prediction. Who do you think is going to pick up a couple wins, and who do you think will be biting for that championship at the end?
It's hard to tell. It's really hard to tell. We have so much competition every season, and it really comes down to who can just get things to fall their way throughout the whole season. But I know the 51, Justin Fuller, he's been gunning for the championship here for a while. He's been able to put some wins together, but just hasn't been able to really get the consistent finishes. Seems to find himself in trouble. So if he can get himself out of trouble, keep his car clean, I think he'll be a force for this season.
Taking a look at it, KM410 is definitely going to be a good pick this season. Michael Trevarthen, a rookie. Of course, Justin Fuller, you can never count him out. I think when you look through the field, the driver that is possibly due, car number 45 of Casey Bietti, is back in action this season, and I think he's brought his real-world experience here to the sim side of things. Look for him to possibly make a splash this season. But I do believe the iRacing.com pace car lights are out, so it does look like we should be able to drop the hammer here in just a couple of moments. For the first time this season, these drivers will come into the Hanson Starter Shop Green Flag Restart Zone all season. Your starter is brought to us by Hanson Starter Shop. If we do see the yellow flag fly here tonight, it'll be the Confusion Performance Caution flag brought to us by Mr. Confusion himself. And of course, when we see that one lap to go, it is brought to us by Carpenter's Tax Service, because it is just about time to claim the big check for that one. Let's see if the iRacing.com pace car does make its way to pit road. It will. So here into the Hanson Starter Shop Green Flag Restart Zone for the first time here in season number 12. The Upstate Racing League Super Late Models are green.
Alex Papini getting a great start, but cars jockeying for position behind them. Everyone kind of trying to filter down to that inside line. 75 Mike Alexander going way high, and we get a caution right off the bat.
One car around to start it off here tonight in our Rumar Vinyl Designs. 112, and it'll be car number 23. Last season's Rookie of the Year championship contender Ellie Musgrave has gone around, the driver out of Washington. So the caution flag in turn number 1 will negate that start. So we'll re-rack them, restack them here. But what happened to Ellie Musgrave as she was very prepared here tonight? Let's take the look. Oh, did she get a little help from the 18 of A.J. Hamill, or did she just go in a little sideways? We'll have to watch that one back and see what happened to car number 23 here. Let's take another look. And A.J. Hamill into the back of Ellie Musgrave, and that is what's going to bring out our Confusion Motorsports. Our Confusion Performance. See, I'm already confused trying to talk about A.J. Hamill and his confusing performance.
Well, A.J. Hamill did raise his hand and claim the caution, and he will be dropped to the back of the field for that. Looking at Ellie Musgrave's car, though, the back end of that car still looks completely clean. Maybe scraped just a little bit of paint off that right rear corner as she tapped the wall, but I think for the most part, all these cars should still be good. And really, as far as a turn 1 incident can go here at Iowa, that's probably the best one we could have hoped for.
Yeah, not quite up to full song and dance for the super late model, so that is going to be good for her, but that's going to re-rack. A couple of these drivers did get a couple positions, and of course we did talk about Ellie Musgrave and A.J. Hamill going to have to go to the back of the field. One driver did not take to the call here tonight to the grid, and that'll be car 07 of Matt Vade, the rookie this season in car 07. So unfortunately, Matt, one of those drivers that we thought was going to be able to run towards the top of the field here tonight at Iowa, is going to be behind the 8 ball already. These drivers, though, you talk about him not making the grid, though, Kelly, they do get a drop week.
They get 2 drop weeks throughout the season. However, the only race that cannot be dropped is the final race of the season. So we can go into that last race knowing the exact championship implications. But aside from that, yeah, you can have a couple races where you just don't show up and you're still in contention.
So he is here tonight, but unfortunately will not. I believe he actually will get scored points, but it's one of those races he may want to drop later on in the year. Race fans, we do got to thank you all for tuning in here tonight for the season opener for the Best Colorful Creations Pro Series presented by the Upstate Racing League. You are watching the Rumar Vinyl Designs 112. It's the season opener for the 12th season, hence why we're going to go 112 laps. Last year we went 111 laps. This year we add another lap because, well, we love the Super Late Model so much, and we appreciate everybody that's been here through the first 12 seasons of Super Late Model competition. So, hey, nothing wrong with a little more racing action here for you. Well, let's get you caught up. One caution flag here on the opening lap. A.J. Hamill in car number 18 into the back end of the car number 23 of Ellie Musgrave. That's what threw out our Confusion Performance caution flag for the first time here tonight. So we'll re-rack them like you see them 2 by 2. And, well, as soon as these pesky old iRacing.com pace car lights go out, we can get you back to green flag racing action here at the Iowa Speedway.
Yeah, I'm still waiting on those pace car lights to go out. Hopefully they will go out this time, but as you're saying about the length of this race, we normally have to see these guys have to take a pit stop because they just don't have enough fuel, and because of that, we do have an extra set of tires in the pits for this race, and that really throws a kind of unique strategy onto this race. I believe no other race on the season you will actually pit for fuel or tires. This is the only one, so when are these drivers going to come down for that pit stop?
That is always a big one that we always forget, and then we get very shocked at it. Last year, we saw drivers try to stretch it as far as they could. They ran out of fuel. This season, are they going to be a little bit smarter? Do they write that in their notebook from last season? We're going to find out here once we get this one turned back green. As you see him come down the back straightaway into turns number 3 and 4. We're ready to roll. Still 36 drivers out there tonight. It'll be Alex Papini and Mike Alexander, a one-time champion on the outside there in car number 75. He'll lead us into the restart zone, and the Hanson starter shot restart zone green flag is in the air. A great start by Alex in car number 39. That'll leave him 2 by 2 behind him into 1.
Yeah, fantastic start by Papini, and here comes Matthew Barkhouse trying to fight on the inside, but Alexander on the outside carrying a lot of speed. He's going to be able to carry it into turn 3. He might be able to clear that 15 out of 4. It looks like he will, but I don't know if it's going to be enough for him to get down to turn 1. Oh, car 39 in the wall.
Bill Martin in the number 39 Dr. Noise entry up into the outside wall. Driver right there, that was Guillaume Fortin in the 13G. He was good. G went down to the bottom side, was able to miss the 39 into the outside wall. Now here comes one of those rookies. The highest running rookie so far is right there, and that is going to be the number 2 of Michael Trevarthen. You see him to the inside of the number 45 of Casey Bietti, and another rookie right behind him. That's the number 711 entry. That is Brett Hahn, the driver out of Michigan. He's got the real-world side of experience and a hot-looking hot rod here tonight. He's up into the 9th position.
Justin McDuff a little bit further back there, trying to battle on the outside around Matt Eddy. They are fighting for 11th place, and I think that's our first 2 by 2. Oh, the 220 gets a little loose. Big check up. The field scatters. Looks like we are going to keep everyone pointed in the right direction somehow, but we still have a 3 wide right behind them.
Steph Marinac was able to hit the hooks and check up on that one as side-by-side down the back straightaway they go. It's Huntley, Illinois, the number 11 of Brian Hacker. He just got past. That was the number 12 of Brian Rogers Jr. Went right around on the outside. And there is Justin Rigsby and Ryan's Fatted Calf, number 31, also right there to do the tango. Just ahead of them, though, that is the number 73. That is Vernon Woodard, the driver out of Vermont, driving the Stan RC Park, number 73, down to the inside. He's one of the biggest movers and shakers here so far at the dance for the season opener, picking up 3 spots and trying to go get himself some more right down around the bottom side of the speedway. It's where we see a lot of these drivers here in the opening couple of laps. As this time by, we complete lap number 10. So we've already put 10 laps of this season in the books, but Steph Marinac will not go away. Brand new number on the side of that Florida Gators entry.
Yeah, Steph Marinac now on the 8 machine, still carrying a lot of speed on that high side, and each time able to carry enough to keep side by side with the 73. And really, though, the more these guys battle each other, the more it's going to work those tires. But with that extra set of tires in the pits, I don't think they really mind.
Always like to have a set of tires. You never know when you need a couple of those Mr. Feel-Goods down on pit road. You see the number 73 of Vernon Woodard still hanging that right rear tire out a little bit, trying to let her eat here tonight down on the bottom. But that Chevy Camaro to the outside still able to really make it work. Driving right out ahead of them, that was Justin McDuff. Remember, he was sideways. He's been able to pull away from this group of drivers who had to check up for him. Just behind them, I believe Gary Eschen, car number 23, a rookie this season, has the Jordan branding on the nose of that Toyota. I think he may just tap the wall a little bit that time out of turn number 4, but he's got it pointed in the right direction. He right now is battling with number 1 of Dalton Williamson, the driver out of Tampa, Florida.
Williamson trying to hang on the inside, but looks like that outside line is starting to work just ahead of them. Steph Marinac made the pass on the outside finally stick. And now we're trying to see if Gary Eschen can replicate that move. Still hanging on and carrying the momentum on the high side. Just in front of them, though, Brian Hacker, he's taking looks to the inside of this 73 now.
Hackers to the inside, down to the bottom side. He's also got Brian Rogers Jr. right there, and the Rusty's Lightning McQueen, number 12, his iconic paint scheme that he's driven here for many years with the Upstate Racing League. Hacker will close the door on Brian Rogers, so bump Rogers back to the 16th running position, down 4 spots from where he started here tonight. Now as Dalton Williamson goes to work down on the bottom side, trying to get it done. Rodney Hot-Tune into the outside wall there off of turn number 2. Al Smith Jr. having to take evasive actions in the Stand RC Speedway entry. You saw him go down to the bottom side. Rodney will lose a spot, now falling back to the 21st spot. He's got Matt McLean back there behind him, a veteran here with the Upstate Racing League in car number 88. Those two drivers actually having a lot of racing done here on the iRacing.com platform together over the last couple of years. As you see the big snake down the back straightaway, these drivers are all pretty much have now gone single file, except for one driver up out of the groove in turns 3 and 4. That was Brian Rogers Jr.
Looking back up towards the front of the field, the leader has been caught. Alex Papini is under pressure from a large number of drivers. We've got about a 6-car breakaway stretching from Papini all the way back to Bill Martin, but these guys seem to be kind of content to ride it out right now. It's only 17 laps in, just about to finish that 17th lap. There's still a lot of racing to go and a lot of tires to save, so we still may see a few more laps before anyone tries to make a move for the lead.
When you look towards the front of this group here, you see a lot of seasoned veterans here with the Upstate Racing League running down this Rookie of the Year contender. And right now, these drivers, they know how long of a race this is here tonight. You might see him just kind of go to the bottom and do the zipper effect unless somebody really steps out of line. You may not see them push the envelope too much. Drivers, though, seasoned veterans talk about them. One driver going around, I believe that was the 4-car on the front straightaway. I think Rodney Hontoon down to the inside. There you see the driver out of the Vermont area, Middlesex, Vermont to be exact, for the 802 driver. There you see car number 4 now getting back up to speed. No caution flag coming out. Rodney Hontoon just a simple spin down to the infield grass.
Yeah, Hontoon did not want to see that stay green because now he has completely fallen off from the field and he may be getting caught by Alex Papini. I think he may be up to speed now. He is about a third of the track ahead of the 39, so he has to be thankful that this track is so big. I think it is the biggest track of the schedule this year.
Now he will not have any draft as one driver trying to walk it up the speedway. That was the 51 of Justin Fuller. Justin Fuller, of course, winning the Coach's Corner Challenge last season. That was drivers that competed in both our asphalt program here on Wednesday night and our dirt program on Thursday night. He walked away with that championship and a sweet barbecue set with his number on it. So Justin Fuller trying to hang on here. I believe, if I'm not mistaken, he was the winner here last year.
Yes, the 51 did win this race last year, so he's probably going to be looking to repeat. That's definitely going to be in the back of his mind, but sitting in 4th right now and with a lot of race to go, it's just going to be a matter of patience for him. I think he's going to be sitting back and waiting and seeing what the guys in front of him may be doing, because it looks like Mike Alexander putting a little bit more pressure on that 39 car and looking for maybe an opportunity to make a move for the lead.
He's putting pressure on. Now here comes actual Fuller. Fuller will look to the inside here on the number 15 down into turn number 1. So he'll see if he can get around the Xander Signs. Number 15 has a little sideways for the number 51, the driver out of New York. See if that is able to stick. Lost a little ground down the back straightaway and sideways once again down into 3. Really starting to skate that car out. I don't know if he knows this, but it is not Sunday night. It's not the Martel Builder season opener of the Big Block Series.
He is still did try to make it work, dropped back a little bit because they did start to lose some ground, and now here comes the 75. He's taking some peeks to the inside, trying a few different lines to see if things are going to work, but Mike Alexander still hasn't found that gap just quite yet, but I believe Alex Papini is going to be feeling that pressure.
Feeling the pressure right now is the youngster Casey Bietti in car number 45. You can see he's been into the outside wall one time out of turn number 4. The right front fender was crinkled up. Michael Trevarthen in the VK Paints number 2 Ford Mustang out of Florida was trying to go to the inside of the youngster. Of course, you know, these are 2 of the younger drivers in the series. Michael Trevarthen not able to get around. You see Bietti once again throw it down into 3. He's running about, we'll call it the middle groove, while Michael Trevarthen's down right around Catfish in the bottom. Bietti sideways out of turn number 4. Was able to hang on to it, but that car was completely sideways. That's going to heat the tires up for car 45.
Towards the front, we got a battle for position. Guillaume Fortin trying to make a move to the inside of Justin Fuller. Fuller able to keep the momentum on the high side through turns 1 and 2, and he will hang on to the position, but these guys are looking for the moves. They're expecting the inside move to work, but there's just so much momentum to be had on that high side with the banking that you can really make that high side work.
You can make it work, but is it going to hurt the tires? You see the front drivers that are all broken away. 6 drivers in this front pack as they work down the back straightaway. They're all pretty much rolling the bottom side of the speedway. Not much happening up front here tonight at the Iowa Speedway. 27 laps as we come by have all been led by the rookie out front, car number 39. Alex is showing the way here tonight. Another chance for Michael Trevarthen here into turn number 1. Casey Bietti to the outside groove. Brett Hahn right there in car 711. See if that fighter jet can start to make his way towards the front. A lot of high hopes for him this season. I heard through the garage area they saw his name on the entry list and went, oh no, not again. But you still got to be able to finish. Sideways, though, for the number 2 there of Michael Trevarthen down to the inside. Here comes Hahn now working the outside.
seeming like the inside line is actually not the place to be, at least when you're trying to battle for position. It seems like the 2 is just struggling to keep that car planted on the bottom side, while the guys on the high side are just able to roll the top and just carry the speed through the corners. But they're still side by side. The 2 is not giving up. He's able to keep it straight this time off of turn 4, and he's going to keep even with the 7-11.
Right behind them, it's the number 98 OH. That is Chris Stump in the 4 Loco entry. He was just sideways also in car number 98. See if he can keep the back end behind them. One driver having some issues. It's the number 13 MA of Joshua Buckley, another one of those rookies this season here. He's down to the inside there. You call that a little bit of an access road. He's having some problems as he gets back onto the banking here. He'll be scored back into the 36th position as he had some problems off turn number 4 that time. And car looks good. The problem is he's got the race leaders bearing down on him right on board here with our Xander Signs group. Look back there. That is Alex Papini. He is the race leader with Mike Alexander, and the whole gang is coming. Call it a half a straightaway at the stripe here for Joshua Buckley. Has to get rolling.
And this lead group is packing up and tightening up, and it looks like these guys are still trying to figure out a way that they're going to be able to make any sort of pass. And we've seen a few guys dive towards the inside, but it just hasn't quite worked. I'm just wondering when someone's going to try to just send it around the top side and see if they can roll it.
Well, I didn't know we had Ross Chastain rolling in here tonight.
I'm not quite saying send it that high up. I mean, there's a second groove up there, and we've seen it work.
Well, maybe we're seeing Ross Chastain move. You never know when it's Upstate Racing League's turn to hit the big screen here tonight. These drivers have all figured this one out for the time being. Casey Bietti still in 7th with Michael Trevarthen in 8th. Brett Hahn back into the 9th spot with Chris Stump in 10th. And then it's Matthew Eddy right there in the Eddy Performance entry number 88. And then Steph Marinac is right there. Brian Hacker back just a little bit. And then side-by-side battle between the number 1 of Dalton Williamson, and that is the number 20 of Justin McDuff, and McDuff is on the backward slide. He has lost 5 spots since we went green flag racing here tonight.
And McDuff's sort of struggling with this track, but currently holding that high side advantage over the Williamson entry, so he may be able to keep up this pace. Oh, gets a little loose off of turn 4, a bit of a commentator's curse there, and he's going to lose a ton of spots.
Yeah, into the number 1 there. I did see a little wrinkle on the right front fender for Dalton Williamson as he went to the inside there. And that'll now bump McDuff back all the way to the 19th position on the running order. So, well, what do you say we talk about somebody else before he says that's all your fault?
Well, how about we talk about a position change up towards the front? Bill Martin finally got figured out a way to get around one of these guys up in the top 5. He's moved around Guillaume Fortin. It has cost them quite a bit of position, though. There's a lot of track between him and the 51 now.
So they figured it out, but the drivers who still haven't figured it out, Casey Bietti, Michael Trevarthen, Brett Hahn, Chris Stump, Matt Eddy, and Steph Marinac, they are 2x2 like we're at the Daytona International Speedway, but boy, are we far, far away from that. They are actually going to figure it out for the time being. Bietti going to hold off the charges there by car number 2 of Trevarthen once again. So Casey Bietti still holding strong here as, Trevarthen into the outside wall, just a little bit of a scrape of that right front fender down the straightaway. He'll get it corralled and back underway. Hahn, though, under attack. Stump down to the inside.
Looking at the front, cars are making moves, trying to take a look at the outside. I've seen the 51 go way high through the turns 3 and 4. He's now taking a peek to the inside of Matthew Barkhouse. Mike Alexander, though, he's been looking left, right, and once again, the 51 going way up into turn 3.
Maybe trying to get the momentum built off the top side down these straightaways. And he'll find the outside wall off turn number 4. Tried to carry the momentum, and that's going to bite Fuller in the right front fender. That car now has lost a little bit of ground, calling about 3-4 car lengths now as he exits turn number 2, as it's still Papini, Alexander, and Barkhouse out front here tonight.
A slight bit of damage to the right side of that 51 car. Don't know how bad that is going to affect him. Hopefully the steering is completely straight. If he hasn't bent anything and kept everything in alignment, he should still be good, because despite this being the largest track on the schedule, aero isn't the most important thing on a super late model.
What is important is getting positioned. Joe Schaefer Jr. having a terrible starting spot here tonight, as that Epic Media entry is now moved up 8 spots as he's getting around the rookie Gary Eschen down on the bottom side. So that Epic Media green, they say green's a bad color, but Joe Schaefer Jr. is determined to say no, it's not. So So that'll be 8 spots as soon as he can clear car number 23 as they're down into turn number 1. Already working lap number 41 here. Only one caution flag here tonight for the Confusion Performance caution flag on lap number 1. Since then, we have gone green flag racing.
And Joe Shaver Jr., I was not expecting him to be starting that far back in the field because he's been a contender here in this series. He's fought for championships, and it was just surprising to see him that far back, and now it's not so surprising to see him climbing a little bit further up the field.
So as he does complete that pass, another spot that's up for challenge right now, that is the number 11 out of Illinois, Brian Hacker, to the inside of the number 88 of Matt Eddy. Eddy just grabbing a slight piece of the outside wall. Now here comes Rigsby. Ryan's fatted calf entry down to the bottom. Can Rigsby also take that spot and put Rigsby up into 13th if he's able to get it done, as Dalton Williamson is starting to close down the back straightaway also here. Not able to clear down into turn number 3. You saw the right side flames coming out the tailpipes of car number 31, and now a little bit of a sidestep on that car. He'll fall back into line as we go to turn 1.
Beth Marinac taking a look to the inside of Brett Hahn. He's trying to make some moves here. He's been climbing up from 14th place now up into the top 10. He's looking for more. Still looking to the inside of the 7-Eleven, but Brett Hahn holding strong on that high side. He's trying to show these series veterans that he is going to be a force for this season.
A lot of wins between the drivers that you see on the screen there, between Steph Marinac, Chris Stump, Brian Hacker, and then you throw the rookie of Brett Hahn into the mix also. He's one of those drivers that we thought were going to do pretty good here this season. Still having himself a good run, but he's down 2 spots from where he started, and now he's stuck to that way outside lane, and now there goes the 8 of Marinac. He'll make the pass complete. Marinac with a little touch of the wall off turn number 4. He'll throw a little sparks back at the 7-Eleven. Here comes Chris Stump. Now Stump down to the inside. I think the 7-Eleven there of Brett Hahn having some handling issues here as we're towards the middle stages of this one.
Bit of a gap has opened up at the front. Alex Papini and Mike Alexander have pulled away from Barkhouse and the rest of this front pack, and you have to expect with this gap forming, that 51 of Fuller, he's going to be getting a bit more impatient, a bit more wanting to make that move. So we'll have to see if he's going to be trying to make something happen within these next few laps as the caution comes out.
The Confusion Performance caution flag will come on the speedway again, and it looks like it might be the driver of car number 96, Al Smith Jr., the Stand RC Speedway entry, having some damage done to that machine, and with the caution lights on for the second time, this might save some of these drivers. It might be the perfect time to come to pit road. Let's take a look here and see what happened to Al Smith Jr. Oh, climbed the wall out of turn number 4. Nowhere for Matt McLean to go. McLean involved in it. And I believe that was the 73 of Vernon Woodard also right there. He was hot on the hook to try to stay out of the 96 of Al Smith Jr.
A little bit of damage to all 3 of those cars, but with the caution or with the pit stop being needed at some point in this race, that means there is going to be a chance for these drivers to try to hammer out that bodywork a little bit, get a little bit of that damage done. So hopefully this won't affect them too much, as now we're seeing pretty much the entire field come down pit road.
Yeah, it's one of those things here at Iowa. We've raced here how many times, and you got to come to pit road when the caution flag comes out, especially if the race leaders are coming down. You want to stay with them. Yeah, you can maybe roll the dice here and put some 2 tires on. We've seen a lot of loose cars here tonight. See which one of these drivers are willing to risk it here tonight to get the big trophy. Mike Alexander with a big mistake too far outside his pit stall. He'll have to back it up, and that might now put him a little deeper into the field. Right side tires done for your Alex Papini, as now they go around to the left-hand sides. As we see, it's coming down. Drop the jack. The 39 is down and away, and see who else comes strolling through here. The 51 of Justin Fuller, shot out of his pit stall like a cannon. He'll come out second.
Yeah, that was a huge mistake from Mike Alexander. That's going to cost him a ton of positions, as he was stopped for a few moments before he even reversed. So that's going to was huge, especially huge because of how tightly packed those front 5 or even more were coming into those boxes. Everyone was trying to see if they could make a pass here in the pit stop because it was just so hard to make any move happen on the track.
Can't make the passes on the track. You want to make them under caution flag, under pit road conditions. Justin Fuller will pick up the most spots under our caution flag here, as he will be scored now second. And where did Mike Alexander end up. It'll be all the way back there into the 9th spot. That's a lot of track position he'll have to gain back here tonight, as this is our second caution flag of the evening. And take a look. We're at lap number 50. What have you seen here through the first 50 laps of this race?
Well, I've seen that everyone has been very steady with their pace. I mean, every driver has been pretty much nose to tail throughout the entire field. It's been tough to make these passes happen because it's just everyone's been running a fairly similar pace, but we've seen a lot happen in this pit stop as Steph Marinak, he's gone all the way up into 5th place after that pit stop.
Well, we have some time here, race fans. We thank you once again here tonight for tuning in to the Turn 3 Racing Network to catch the season opener here for the Best Colorful Creations Pro Series presented by the Upstate Racing League. You are watching Rumar Vinyl Designs 112. It's the 12th season here for the Upstate Racing League, and there's some people that have really helped us so far along. Of course, Rumar Designs tonight are a sponsor. They do all types of vinyl graphics for outdoors, indoors. Their vinyl products include banners, signs, and anything you want to put on your vehicle, along with much more. Let Rumar Vinyl Designs get stuck on you. We also got to thank Best Colorful Creations for taking the title sponsor this season. Best Colorful Creations is the custom cake headquarters for the Upstate Racing League. You need a special cake for that special moment? Give Best Colorful Creations a call, the exclusive cake provider for the Upstate Racing League. We also got to welcome a new sponsor this season, the Stand RC Speedway remote control racetrack located up in New York, racing on Thursday nights, May through October. Make sure you check out the bull ring up there in New York.
Lights, unfortunately, are still on the pace car, hopefully going to come out or go out this time around. And we're going to have to see what Justin Fuller is going to be able to do. Everyone's going to be on fresh tires, but Justin Fuller is going to be on that outside line. However, Alex Papini, he's going to have the advantage of controlling when we fire, so Papini may be able to just launch off into turn 1 before Fuller can even answer.
Then we'll see who will be able to make the passes, because this will be the first time we've seen them. Well, I lie. I was going to say first time on new tires take a restart here tonight since the start of this one, but I guess the first lap incident, they were still new tires, so negate that one here as we're ready to go. Looking at it right now, one driver that is down on pit road, and he's been there for quite a while. That'll be the 18 of A.J. Hamill. The 2B, Brett Bartels, is back out there. He just got a wave around, so he'll be back into the 35th position here. Matt Vade, still the only driver tonight that did not make the call to the starting lineup here, has not turned a lap. Unfortunate way to start the season, but we're ready to come back here into the restart zone here tonight. The Hanson Stoddard green flag restart zone here at Iowa back underway, as Alex Papini says right now is the time to go. Justin Fuller getting a little help there by the 15 of Barkhouse coming up through the gears.
Yeah, Fuller, not a great start from him. Bill Martin was able to get his nose to the inside before Fuller was able to close down. Fuller now going to chop down and get into the right front of the 39 of Bill Martin. Martin able to hang on to his car, but he's going to have to drop back now to be side by side with Barkhouse.
Barkhouse to the outside. There is the 13G also waiting to pounce to figure out. Oh, a little slice of the outside there for Matthew Barkhouse as he got into the outside. Well, a couple drivers down to the inside here. One driver spinning down there. I believe that's number 20 of Justin McDuff. J-Mac down there on the bottom side. I also saw, I believe that was Chris Stump in the 98 Ohio also yelling out Omaha, I think it really was, as he came off the wall there and collected the number 20. Both drivers kept it straight but had to go down through the grass as we stay green here on lap 55.
Oh,
Contact.
Bill Martin getting tapped going sideways in turn 2. He's going to try to hang on to it, but I think he's going to go around.
He keeps
Actually,
it corralled.
Somehow he held on to it.
And that's got to be the Best Colorful Creations sweet move of the race, because, boy, did Bill Martin look at the outside wall, the inside wall, look at his competitor's door handle, and then save it somehow, some way, 3 wide right in front of Bill Martin. That's the 66 there of Stephen Roachford, and I believe the 45 of Casey Bietti, and the 1 of Jeremy Carpenter. They were 3 wide bumping door handles down the straightaway.
Bietti able to make the move happen. He's going to try to get around even the 1 car. So the 45, he's trying to make moves up to the front as he's dropped all the way back to 22nd from starting in 9th. And I think that may have been something that may have happened on pit road to that 45 car. But he's still trying to work his way up.
Bill Martin goes from running inside the top 5 all the way outside the top 20, right now being scored in 24th position here. He'll have a long road to hoe the rest of the way here, as this is some of the best racing we've seen back here about the mid-pack, right around the 20th position. There's the 22 of Holtzclaw, and I believe was that the 88 of Matt McLean that just got sideways, maybe a little contact with the checkered flag auto supply number 40 of Rob Higgins. This is like rush hour traffic here in New York City, and everybody's bobbing and weaving.
There are cars all over the place as Bill Martin tries to start his climb back up towards the front. He's to the inside of the 66 of Stephen Rochford. He's Rochford, a rookie to the series, and hasn't really been around some of these drivers before. Maybe seen him on the official side of things, but Bill Martin's still trying to look for a way around him.
As he continues to try to get around, who's up towards the front that's now getting the pressure? That's the 75. Mike Alexander just pressured in Michael Trevarthen. He was able to pick up that spot, so Mike Alexander picking up 3 spots since the drop of the green flag here after our second caution flag of the evening. And talk about it, 1 driver, 2 drivers spinning to the infield. That's the number 17, Jeremy Bingham, one of the rookies this season, and the number 6 of Joe Schaefer Jr. Both drivers down to the inside here, but the officials keeping a close eye on them, and they will both be able to stay pointed in the right direction, so no caution flag. Let's take a look back at this one, though. The truck says they have it. I know E.J. O'Rourke into the back of the number 17. That's what spins Jeremy Bingham around, but what happened to Joe Schaefer Jr.? I believe that was just a innocent bystander, went to check up, and he also got a little tap.
Now back up towards the front, we still have this same leader we've had for the last 60 laps. Caution flag out once more.
That'll be the number 22 and the 96. That looks like Holtzclaw and the 96 of Al Smith Jr. going around. So that'll be the 3rd Confusion Performance caution flag on the speedway now. We'll have to take a look once the truck says it. 22 of Holtzclaw looks like he's been into the outside wall with that Mustang. Unsponsored quarter panels on the number 22 for him. And Al Smith Jr. collected in another one. That car has definitely seen better days. A brand new paint job for Al Smith here tonight. It has not worked so far. Let's take the look back. This is what happened on the caution flag. There you see the 22 go down into turn number 1, riding the outside lane here. Looks like, we got a little sideways. The back end stepped out from underneath him, and then Rodney Hondoon in car number 4 into the back end of the number 96 of Al Smith Jr. That will put him around.
However, luckily for Al Smith Jr., he did not go all the way down to that inside wall. When I first saw the skid marks, I was worried about that's where he was going, but looking back on the replay, he was able to just jam on the brakes and keep that thing way off of the wall.
So good thing for Smith. One final ride. Look at the banking here in the corners. Riding on board with Mike Holtzclaw. You heard him go to lift, and when rear end just jumped out from behind him, he tried to counter steer out, and unfortunately found the outside wall hard. You know who that's going to save? That's going to save Bingham and E.J. O'Rourke along with Joe Schaefer Jr. Those drivers, remember, Bingham is down pit road. He was involved with Joe Schaefer Jr. going through the grass on the infield.
Yeah, I think he might be taking some tires now. He may have been taking only 2 the last time, or maybe he just didn't come down at all, but he is going to take the tires now, replace those ones that he did a slide on, and hopefully that will work out for him, and hopefully he can get out of there before the pace car comes around.
While under the caution flag, we got to thank a couple more people behind the scenes that make all this go round here with the Upstate Racing League. Of course, we got to thank Eddie's Performance Solution, located in Hope, Michigan. Eddie's Performance Solution is your number 1 place for a new setup. Help tuning your current setup and just getting it dialed in. Head on over to Eddie's Performance Solution. Of course, we also got to thank Coastline Surf Fishing, based in... I don't even know what that is there, Kelly. That is confusing to me. We're getting with the writer there, but hey, Coastline Surf and Fishing, the exclusive place here for the Upstate Racing League to book your fishing trip, your surf fishing trip, that is. I'm going to have to get on that one. I like to go out in the water. Of course, Rumar Vinyl Designs here tonight, taking the title sponsor for tonight's race. Make sure you let them get stuck on you.
Well, caution flies once again pretty much at the halfway point, a little bit past the halfway point here, as we are now going to be finishing lap 64 as the field goes by behind the pace car, and I believe the lights are going to go out this time, so lap 66 we will get back underway with the time now ticking down Are these drivers going to be getting a little more desperate, a little more antsy maybe?
Well, we never know, but what we do know is they're about to go back 2x2. It'll be Alex Pompini, Justin Fuller, Matthew Barkhouse. Steph Marinak has worked his way up 10 spots to be inside the top 5. Guillaume Fortin is also right there. Mike Alexander, Michael Trevarthen, Brett Hahn, Brian Hacker, and Matt Eddy, all rounding out the top 10. That's your top 10 drivers here once we go back racing, looking through the field as who is the biggest mover so far here tonight, and that is Stephen Rochford. He is sitting back there in car number 66. He's in the 21st running position, picking up 14 spots here tonight. Still have 35 drivers out onto the raceway. AJ Hamill is the only driver behind pit road, and Matt Vaudet not able to make the call to the grid. It looks like we're going to go back one more time. Somebody not quite lined up in the right position. Contesting it, we'll wait for race control to see where they should be lined up. And, well, it's a sprint. We have enough fuel at this point, Kelly, to go the rest of the way, and we've used our only set of tires.
Yep, the strategy is done and dusted. It's all over with. It is now just a straight shootout to the finish, but still a lot of time left in this race. It is getting shorter, but there's still a lot of laps left to go, so these guys don't have to get completely desperate just yet, but they still need to try to figure out a way they can make these moves happen, especially Justin Fuller over Alex Papini. Papini has held on to the lead for every single lap so far. Fuller has looked for different ways to get around a few of these drivers when he was sitting back in, I believe it was 4th place. He was trying to make a few moves, but now up in 2nd after the pit stop earlier, and he may have a good chance.
We're about to find out what kind of restart last year's winner can have here from the outside, because this time the lights are off. So it will head to pit road. We'll come back here into the Hanson Starter Shop green flag restart zone. Alex Papini, it's his turn to shine, and he hits the loud pedal. And that is the best we've seen somebody on the outside be able to get a good start there. Justin Fuller going to have to make a decision. Lift and get in line or high wide around the outside. It looks like he'll go right to the back bumper there, the 39 down around the bottom.
Yeah, some good momentum here down the back straightaway. He's going to look to the inside. He's going to challenge for the race lead, diving down into turn 3. He's going to get completely clear of the 39. 39 Papini cuts back in. Is he going to be able to make a move down at a turn 1 now? Doesn't quite have the momentum, it seems. He's going to take a look, but the 51 is going to hang on the high side.
Justin Fuller, the first new leader here tonight at lap number 67, was able to lead it. Now Alex Papini trying to get back around him if he can. Doesn't look like he's going to be able to right now. He's just going to have to sit back into the position and try and bite his time. Wait for that number 51 to make a mistake. But last year's winner now at the point here. Battle, though, for that 8th and 9th position. That is Brian Hacker getting down to the inside. The driver out of Huntley, Illinois. Now making that number 11 into the top 10 for the first time here tonight. And now he's trying to get around and away from the 7-11 of Brett Hahn. Hahn to the outside there. Dalton Williamson also cracking the top 10 for the first time here tonight. Just behind him, Matt Eddy and Justin Rigsby are side by side, racing all over the Iowa Speedway.
And these restarts definitely bring a lot of action here as they bunch all the drivers up. Looks like the 7-11 is going to pull away from Brian Hacker. He's going to be able to hang on that high side along with Justin Rigsby. He's also going to make that high side work. Now Gary Eschen, he's going to see if he can get around that 88 of Matt Eddy.
A little sideways that time for Matt Eddy out of the corner. He'll go back in line. Bill Martin's still stuck back here. He's running into the 18th position. And that is Ellie Musgrave down to the inside of that number 39. There you see the 23, Ellie Musgrave, the driver out of Washington. She was involved in lap number 1's incident with AJ Hamill, and now has worked her way back up inside the top 20. And still looking to climb here. Still a lot of racing left. Not quite in. Oh, she's sideways. Sideways for the 23 of Ellie Musgrave. She'll gather it back up.
Things are not working out for Matt Eddy on that inside line. He has been losing a lot of ground and now struggling to hold on against the 12 of Brian Rogers Jr. That 12 machine just hanging that high side very well, carrying a lot of speed through the corners. Now Matt Eddy starting to figure that bottom side out a little bit. He doesn't get loose off of turn 4 like he did in the last couple laps, and now he's starting to challenge that 12 machine.
Nice and easy on the throttle for the 88 of Matt Eddy. And he tried to get around Brian Rogers Jr. Both drivers have real-world racing experience, so they're very well-versed in being able to run door-to-door. And it does look like the inside for Matt Eddy is going to be the way to go. Maybe he can set his sights. Oh, sideways for the number 12 of Brian Rogers. Rogers able to hang on to it. Behind them, though, one driver, Andy Lambert, I believe that was the 72 VT of Andy Lambert, was sideways and into the outside wall there, just rubbing up that right-hand side.
We got a big battle for third place. Guillaume Fortin and Matthew Barkhouse trying to work their way side by side for third. Guillaume Fortin getting a good run off of turn 4 on the high side. He's going to have the momentum. Just behind them, Steph Marinac, he's been waiting for his opportunity to make a move on either one of these drivers.
Yeah, and right there, Mike Alexander still climbing back into this after a terrible pit stop back on that second caution flag here of the evening. Trevarthen's right there. Hacker and Hahn still duking it out. There's battles, like we said, all through the field. Each one of these drivers trying to tiptoe through the tulip for the 15 of Matthew Barkhouse. Sideways all through 3 and 4. He'll lose the position. G-Man going to take that spot right back. As, the caution lights are on. Caution lights are on as the Best Colorful Creations, number 81, is currently down on the infield. So that'll bring out our 4th Confusion Performance caution flag here this evening, as Jimmy McIntyre will bring that car back out onto the raceway, but that will be our 4th caution flag here tonight. Take a look. Well, what happened to the 81? Oh, just loose. Lost it all on his own. Rob Higgins doing a great job of hitting the brakes there and not getting involved with that one. So a solo spin going to bring out the caution flag here tonight.
And I suppose he can just be thankful that the caution did come out. He will be able to catch up to the rest of the field and was able to keep it on the grass and away from either one of the walls. So really, in the grand scheme of things, loses only track position, still has an opportunity, but with how big the field is here and how hard it's been to pass with the amount of laps left to go, it may cost him in the points game.
At the front of the field, it's still going to be the number 51 of Justin Fuller, Alex Papini, Guillaume Fortin, and Matthew Barkhouse, and Steph Marinac, still the top 5 overall runners here tonight. And that's how they are currently being scored here at the Iowa Speedway in the Rumar Vinyl Designs 112 here for the Best Colorful Creations Pro Series, presented by the Upstate Racing League. You're watching the Turn 3 Racing Network here. Kelly Dahl and myself, Roger Muth, bringing you all the racing action here for the season opener for the 12th season here for the Upstate Racing League. It's been a great race so far here at Iowa. Opening lap got a caution flag, and now we're working our 4th caution flag of the evening. A couple big storylines coming into the night. Our last year's rookie, Robbie Keneally, not running this season here with the Pro Series because, well, he's got real-world side of the racing that he is attending to, so that takes him away. Of course, we see out front here tonight, you see the 51 of Justin Fuller. He is the 2nd race leader of the evening. Alex Papini, of course, starting on the front row, taking the Quick Time Award here tonight and leading the most laps so far. So now that Justin Fuller is out front, can he hold on to it? Another one of those storylines coming as Bill Martin's towards the back of the field. See if he can work back through. Joe Schaefer Jr. having a terrible qualifying effort here tonight at Iowa. Started back into the 25th position and now is running back into 23rd after going through the grass. Those are a couple of your headlines coming in here that are currently happening on the raceway. Matt Vade, remember, not taking the call to the grid, and A.J. Hamill currently behind the wall here with the Confusion Motorsports number 18.
Now, Justin Fuller, he's going to be starting off the field to the green flag this time around, and this is going to be the first time we've seen someone other than Alex Papini lead the field, and it's going to be interesting to see because we saw last time Fuller was able to use that outside lane position, carry more speed onto the back straightaway, and make the pass happen, and Fuller now is going to have to start to the inside. Papini is going to be on the outside, and Papini is probably going to be looking to replicate the exact same move.
We'll see what happens there, and we'll see who's able to make the big moves from the mid-pack to start their way towards the front, because it is going to be go time just about here for these drivers tonight to make their way to the front, because, well, the laps are winding down here in the season opener for the Rumar Vinyl Designs 112, as we'll see if those pesky pace car lights go out. They do not. They stay on. So as they stay on, we'll take a quick break here from the Iowa Speedway. We'll be back with more racing action in the Rumar Vinyl Designs 112 for the Best Colorful Creations Pro Series for the Upstate Racing League.
iRacing is a sim racing game that combines a true-to-life racing experience with an online community of virtual racers from all around the globe. iRacing offers a multitude of officially licensed cars and tracks, laser scanned with millimeter accuracy. Their car models and mechanical systems are based on real-world physics, engineered in cooperation with manufacturers and race teams. Their skill license system ranges from rookie to pro, ensuring members are always pitted against those with similar skill sets. Members are able to sign up for a weekly race series, compete in time trials, host a private race with friends, and participate in racing leagues created and run by the community. With over 170,000 members, iRacing works in partnership with renowned motorsports organizations like NASCAR to deliver virtual races based on the real-life NASCAR Cup Series, as well as many other series on the NASCAR ladder. iRacing also features team racing, providing a variety of options for members to create and manage their own teams. Race with friends or real-world teammates in full-length endurance events like the 24 Hours of Daytona, Spa 24, or the Bathurst 12 Hour. Additional partners include IMSA, World of Outlaws, Supercars, and IndyCar, allowing members to race in their very...
Welcome back here to Iowa Race Fans. Just in time for the restart here. Justin Fuller and Alex Papini is ready to go as the green flag is back out. And it will be Justin Fuller with one heck of a restart. Here comes the 13G to the bottom.
Papini, not a great restart from him. He has not been used to being the one having to react to the start, and he had to immediately jump down to the bottom to block Guillaume Fortin, stop him from having any sort of run into turn one. That was pretty much exactly what Justin Fuller wanted to see, but Guillaume Fortin now having to battle on the inside against Matthew Barkhouse. Barkhouse carrying a lot more speed to the high side. He's now trying to see if he can challenge 39 even.
Will he be able to? It looks like a great run that time, though, by Papini off turn number 2, so they leave them side by side, battling for third and fourth, as that is Mike Alexander also battling to the outside of Steph Meridak just behind them, so we got them stacked up 2 by 2. Look at Brian Hacker silently coming in, but trying to battle here at the backside of the top 5, as now it will be Barkhouse clearing the 13G, and he will now take control of the third spot, but that battle still raging on for the for the 5th and 6th position as they work down into 3. You got the 8 of Marinek still to the inside. They're 2 champions side by side out of 4.
Marinak and Alexander, neither one giving an inch. Both of them pretty much completely even up around this entire track, as both the inside and outside lanes have their advantages, and we're seeing that with the 75 still just barely brushing the wall down the back straightaway.
Let the sparks fly, because we're getting closer. I keep talking about we're getting closer to the end of this one. You gotta go. Right now, that's exactly what the 8 of Marinak was thinking as he stepped out of the line that time there. Kind of got that number 8 sideways. That allowed Brian Hacker to close the gap. Justin Rigsby also starting to close in here, and now it looks like the outside lane as Mike Alexander will take control. One driver hard into the outside wall. One driver up, over, down the back straightaway. That'll be the 66. Stephen Roachford was up into the outside wall. Now, coming back down, there is the 4 Rodney Hontoon also involved in it. I think a couple other drivers tried to skate away, getting some damage, but those were the 2 cars that I believe got the most damage out of that one. The 5th time we will see the Confusion Performance caution lights come on in that rookie. Stephen Roachford in car number 66 not happy as he's storming that car to pit road, the driver out of Vermont.
That is definitely a unique view to have as a racing driver, as you're going down the straightaway and suddenly you're looking straight up at the sky. That 66 machine, I think he was scraping along his rear bumper down the back straightaway.
Tail tank sliding down the back straightaway for sure there as you ride on board the Xander Sign Group onboard camera or with car number 66. You saw it happen down the back straightaway. Let's take a little bit of a look outside and let's zoom this in. Right there, the 88 Matt McLean. He just came up, so the 66 up into McLean, and unfortunately the 66 taking the wildest ride we've seen here in a long time, and you also saw Rodney Hontoon come on by there also, so Hontoon getting a good piece of that. Let's see what happened to the number 4. See the wreck happening out in front of him, and just getting the 66 in the quarter panel, then into the outside wall for the driver out of Vermont. So 2 drivers out of Vermont there not having themselves a fun time.
Yeah, definitely a big amount of damage to the front end of that 4 machine, and that's really where you want to avoid getting any sort of damage, because you can bash up a lot of things up there. You can damage your engine, you can damage the intakes even, and start to overheat that thing, and or even just hit that right front out of alignment, and then you're completely toast for any sort of cornering.
Caution lights are on for the 5th time here tonight in the Rumar Vinyl Designs 112 here for the Upstate Racing League. And Fuller has gotten the race lead after the halfway point here tonight and has not relinquished it just yet. Looking at the drivers, it looks like Stephen Rochefort has decided to call it a night here tonight. So this rookie in car number 66 will be scored back into the 34th position. One driver could bypass him here. He's just 13 laps behind him. That's Brett Bartell, so he could lose the 34th spot to Bartels in the car number 2B. A.J. Hamill still sitting behind the wall. Fair enough to call it probably the end of his night. Matt Vade still has yet been able to fire car number 07, so he has not turned a lap here tonight. So those drivers having a little bit of a miscue here tonight. Al Smith Jr., after all his problems, he's still back in 31st. Andy Lambert in the 72 VT. He's back there in the 28th, 29th position. He's been battling back there for a little while. Hasn't been able to work his way back through the field. Biggest mover and shaker, though, here tonight, and it was one of those drivers last year that battled for a Rookie of the Year championship. It's the 41 of E.J. O'Rourke. There you see car number 41. E.J. up 18 positions here tonight. He's been having himself a very solid night. He's been very quiet, but exactly what he needed. A driver that's been trying to work his way back through the field is Joe Schaefer Jr. Remember Schaefer Jr. taking a spin to the inside, not hitting anything in the Epic Media entry, but took the spin and had to come back out onto the raceway, so he's trying to still work his way back through. Bill Martin has been able to move back up into the 16th position with the car number 39. Bill Martin, remember, having the Best Colorful Creations sweet move of the race by being able to hang on to the number 39, see if he can continue to work back through.
All eyes are going to be at the front of the field, though, coming to the green next time. Hopefully next time around. But with the 39, with his last restart, very slow on the uptake, did not get on the gas right off the bat, and had to make some moves to be able to hold off of the charging 13 machine of Guillaume Fortin. But now Fortin, he's going to be stuck on the outside compared to Matthew Barkhouse, who is on the inside. Barkhouse, though, he's been having some good starts. I could maybe see him making a move on the inside of the 39.
It's a good possibility because it'll be possibly 21 laps to go here as the field does double them up behind the iRacing.com pace car. So it'll be 21 laps here tonight in the season opener here from the Iowa Speedway for the Rumar Vinyl Designs 112. So it's now definitely crunch time to make the move if you can. You don't want to get back single file. We haven't seen a lot of the front runners here been able to make too many passes once it goes back single file tonight. So if you're now Fortin back there, it might be Mike Alexander, Steph Marinac, Hacker, or Rigsby. It is time to really put the pedal through the floorboard here tonight and see where all the chips may lie. It'll be Fuller, though, in the front row with Papini here. We come back into the Hanson Starter Shop green flag restart zone.
iRacing pace car getting ready to make the dive left down into pit road as we get towards that Hanson Starter Shop restart zone. Justin Fuller now in control of the field, and he is going to launch at a lot better start from Papini. However, here comes the 15 of Barkhouse. Papini once again going down to the bottom. He's not going to be able to completely close him up. Barkhouse gets his nose to the inside. He's going to have a chance to go for second place.
Here comes the R&R Kingsman, number 15. Maybe banging doors that time out of turn number 2 as they work down the back straightaway. Still side by side. Justin Fuller looks in the mirror as he comes out of turn 4. He'll see 20 to go in front of him, and he loves what he's seeing behind him.
Yeah, but those cars battling side by side behind him, he's going to have an opportunity to build up a little bit of a gap, especially now as these tires are wearing a little bit more. It is a lot harder to keep the speed while you're going side by side. The 39 nearly coming down into Barkhouse. Papini just struggling to hold on to that second place.
Still side by side, and you still have G-Man back there in the 13G trying to work his way, trying to figure out which one of these drivers are going to be able to have the hot lane, because then he wants to go with them. Right behind him, then you see the number 75 of Mike Alexander and the number 8 of Steph Marinac. They are still side by side, and then you got Justin Rigsby and Brian Hacker side by side, sideways for the 39.
Just a little bit of a tap from Matthew Barkhouse, it looked like, and that sent the 39 of Papini all the way up into the outside wall, where I think he was also collected by a few other drivers after bouncing off the high side.
So the driver that led the most laps here tonight, that Rookie of the Year candidate, has now brought out our caution flag here for the 6th time for the Confusion Performance caution flag, and Oh, man, a couple other drivers towards the back, maybe getting a little piece of that also. We're going to have to watch this one back a couple times to exactly see. Let's take a look here. Watch the number 39. He's going to get a little tap down here in the corner. Right there, a little tap. And he's going to back it into the outside wall, spins it around, holds the brake. Joe Schaefer Jr. going to come by, tag him. I believe that's the 20 of Justin McDuff, who's going to go up and ride the outside wall.
Yeah, definitely going to be a tough one to call, as Papini just barely got himself clear and came down in front of the 15. And it's hard to say which one of those would be at fault. Maybe a bit more of a racing deal, but luckily that's going to be in the hands of someone else at the end of this race.
So a tough break, and man, we were setting up for a good finish there, and 39 of Alex Papini with a really good hot rod tonight. Not going to have the finish he would have liked here in his debut here with the Upstate Racing League Pro Series. A tough one. And Joe Schaefer Jr., I believe he has gone actually to pit road in the number 6, so his night may be done here also with that car. One driver that's happy to see that, Brett Bartels. He'll get another lap back in the 2B, the Bartel Builders 2B, the driver out of Spirit Lake. So he had a rough start and trying to claw a couple positions here at the end.
He'll give him an opportunity to maybe get probably a few more of these drivers that have called it, so I think he may be able to get around the 66 and the 88 of McLean, and now with the Joe Schaefer Jr. also calling it a night, he may be able to pick up yet another position.
Yeah, doing the laps there, and I think he'll be 2 laps to the good, so probably with 2 to go, he might be able to pick up that spot from Joe Schaefer Jr. So, well, shuffle the deck here once again and take a look at it. Now it's going to be Justin Fuller, Matthew Barkowski, Guillaume Fortin, and it'll be Mike Alexander, Steph Marinac, Brian Hacker, Justin Rigsby, Brett Hahn, Michael Trevarthen, and Dalton Williamson. So what looked like it was going to... one driver dropped into the back there is... Oh, that is actually going to be the 39 of Alex Papini. Just came out of the pits. I saw it just out of the corner of my eye, and he'll drop to the back.
Yeah, that was just Papini getting into his position, so we'll have to see, though, on this restart. Matthew Barkhouse, he's now going to be up on the outside of that first row, so maybe he'll have a nice opportunity to make a challenge for the lead over Justin Fuller, but Fuller's been having some fantastic restarts, been getting off to some great jumps, but now I'll have to see, is Barkhouse going to be able to maybe give him something to him?
Yeah, the wily veteran out front here as the lights stay on. So the lights stay on. We're going around for at least another lap and a half here under this caution flag. A couple more drivers coming back down to pit road. Alex Papini, Al Smith coming to pit road. And Papini thought nobody was behind him there. He hit the brake just a little bit too hard. And him and Smith will now drag race to pit road.
Few other drivers throughout the field that have made their way up. Justin Rigsby, he started all the way back in 20th. He's now sitting in 7th. Just been kind of quietly working his way towards the front, making some moves happen here on this track where it has been tough to pass, as everyone's been able to find ways to carry the speed and momentum around these corners.
Another one of those drivers that have worked their way back through the field. E.J. O'Rourke, we talked about him in car number 41. He's picked up 21 from where he started. Right behind him, Ellie Musgrave, who's had an up-and-down night for sure. She has picked up 14 spots, as Jeremy Bingham in car number 17. Remember, he went for a spin. Well, that number 17 has also picked up 12 spots from where he started. And Joshua Buckley in the Granny Hips Walkers and Canes, number 13 MA. He's back there into the 20th position. He's also picked up 13 spots to match the car number on him. Those are the drivers that have all picked up double-digit spots here tonight, but they're still all chasing Justin Fuller here, and it'll be 13 official laps left here in our regulation for the Rumar Vinyl Designs 112 in the season opener here for the Best Colorful Creations Pro Series presented by the Upstate Racing League in its 12th season. So with just 13 laps to go, double them up, stack them up, and let's see which one of these drivers are about to come out on top.
Justin Fuller just checked his tires coming off of turn number 2, trying to see how much throttle he can give on this next restart. iRacing pace car going to dive out of the way, and we're going to move into the Hanson Starter Shop restart zone. Fuller getting a little bit of push from Guillaume, and he's going to get going. Guillaume as well getting a fantastic jump. Barkhouse not having any sort of answer. He's dropping way back on the high side.
But a great start by the number 13G there. Guillaume going to be now running in second as they come off turn number 2. Here comes the 15 back to the inside. Can Matthew Barkhouse make something work? Guillaume thought about a crossover move. Not going to be able to do it. He'll stay to the outside and get a good run, but the car wiggles just a little bit. 12 to go at the line.
Guillaume Fortin wanted that high side. He wanted to be able to carry that momentum. Barkhouse wanted the bottom as he's been able to just keep a bit more grip down there as everyone's kind of battling out behind them. Steph Marinac, he's trying to hold off Brian Hacker, it seems.
Hacker also making some moves along with Rigsby, and 11 to go this time by at the line. The outside lane that time looking a little bit better there for Guillaume as they came off turn number 4. The inside lane just looks so much better for the 15 of Matthew Barkhouse once he enters the corner, but the outside momentum just rolling for the driver out of Quebec.
As we keep saying, this is exactly what Justin Fuller wants to see in his rearview mirror. He wants to see these guys battling for position because that means while they're busy with each other, he doesn't have to worry about them. But now Guillaume Fortin looks like he nearly got clear going into turn 1 that time. I'm sure he's going to be clear coming off of turn number 2 and going down the back straightaway.
That number 75 is coming, though, just set the fastest lap of the race with just 10 laps to go. Mike Alexander is on the loud pedal and trying to Fred Flintstone that thing into the top 3. Is a little contact there with the 15. Matthew Barkhouse just a little bit sideways that time off turn number 4. Going to affect the 75 here, who was on a roll.
Yeah, Barkhouse trying to just slot himself into position, however, not going to quite work. The 75 of Alexander is going to put himself on that high side. And this 15 once again trying to slide up in front of Alexander, not going to work. Alexander going to carry the momentum, and now he's really side by side with Barkhouse. 2
team cars there battling for the final podium position. 8 laps to go that time by at the line. Steph Marinac, Brian Hacker, Brett Hahn, all right there. Jeremy Carpenter having some problems towards the tail of the field. He'll gather it back up, and then he'll stay on the racetrack.
Looks like the 15 of Barkhouse has been trying to slide job, and here comes Steph Marinac. He's looking to the inside to make it 3 wide with these guys for the 3rd place. Not quite going to be able to get there, but that's going to have to cause Barkhouse to back out, and that's going to give the position to Mike Alexander.
Marinac going to make the inside work, though. Here comes Brian Hacker also. So the Florida Gators, number 8, trying to roll the bottom side here to work himself a little bit closer to the front. Mike Alexander now clear of the 15, so that means he has some clear track out in front of him. One car having a little bit of an electrical issue back there with just 6 laps to go. At the front, though, it is still Justin Fuller. Guillaume Fortin last time by was 1/10 of a second slower, so not gaining any ground last time by, but this time definitely down into 3. It looks like that 13G definitely lunged towards that 51.
And the 15 of Barkhouse has burned up his tires. He got loose coming off the corner, and that allowed Marinac to finish the pass. And now here comes the 11 of Brian Hacker. He's going to try to force his way past that 15 car. It looked like Barkhouse, when he was fighting with the 75 machine, was just trying to throw the car on the bottom side just a little too hard, and I think he may have tore up that right front.
Unfortunate for him here in the late stages of this one. You don't want to see yourself going backwards. Brett Hahn would be right there also if Brian Hacker was able to get around the number 15, but it is 4 laps to go, and at the front of the field, Mike Alexander has now caught the 13G here with 4 laps to go down the back straightaway. They come. There's your top 3, Justin Fuller, Guillaume Fortin, Mike Alexander. It'll be 3 laps to go, this time by at the line.
Fuller looking to repeat. Guillaume looking to win for the first time. However, Guillaume looked like he was a little bit sideways off of turn number 4. Mike Alexander gets a little closer, gets his nose towards the inside, but that 13G, as we've been seeing, has been able to make that high side work and been able to roll that momentum. He is going to fend off Alexander.
So he'll hold the spot for the time being as they're come to get 2 laps to go. We're going to wind them up. The popsicle stick's about to go up in the air on the season opener. It'll be 2 laps to go here tonight in the Rumar Vinyl Designs 112 here as that 15 car still to the outside. They're not able to get down in front of Hacker. He will this time, but can he hold off the charges from the driver out of Illinois? Because this time by, when we come back to the stripe, it'll be 1 lap to go out of turn number 4. Presented by Carpenter's Tax Service.
Guillaume Fortin looks like he's going to be too far back to challenge Justin Fuller. He's going to have to completely worry about the 75 Mike Alexander. Alexander trying to get any sort of position he can going into the final lap. He's to the inside of that 13G, but can he make the pass happen in the last corners?
Fuller will go into 3, looking in his mirror, having nobody challenging him. And out of turn number 4 for the first time, it'll be Justin Fuller this season going to victory lane. Guillaume Fortin, Mike Alexander will finish 3rd. Steph Marinac, Matthew Barkhouse, Brian Hacker, Brett Hahn, Justin Rigsby, Dalton Williamson, and Matt Eddy will round down the field here in the top 10. Your winner, though, tonight here in the Rumar Vinyl Designs 112, it'll be Justin Fuller, the driver out of New York, going back-to-back in season openers. Picked up the big W here last year and will pick up the win once again here at Iowa.
Yeah, some fantastic driving from Justin Fuller. Started all the way back in 5th, and he was able to work his way around a few of these drivers, and it took him some time. He had to make some really tough passes and was able to make some really good moves on pit road. Just a really clean pit stop helped him a lot, because that bumped him up to 2nd, where he immediately took the lead on the restart. So I'd say maybe his pit stop was probably the most important thing of his race.
That's something we probably will not see the rest of the year, of pit stops like we did here tonight, because they were allotted an extra set of tires down on pit road. But there you have it. There's your winner down there on the front straightaway. We're going to take a quick step away here from the Iowa Speedway. We'll be back with the Rumar Vinyl Designs post-race show here tonight from the Iowa Speedway for the Best Colorful Creations Pro Series, presented by the Upstate Racing League.
iRacing is a sim racing game that combines a true-to-life racing experience with an online community of virtual racers from all around the globe. iRacing offers a multitude of officially licensed cars and tracks, laser scanned with millimeter accuracy. Their car models and mechanical systems are based on real-world physics, engineered in cooperation with manufacturers and race teams. Their skill license system ranges from rookie to pro, ensuring members are always pitted against those with similar skill sets. Members are able to sign up for a weekly race series, compete in time trials, host a private race with friends, and participate in racing leagues created and run by the community. With over 170,000 members, iRacing works in partnership with renowned motorsports organizations like NASCAR to deliver virtual races based on the real-life NASCAR Cup Series, as well as many other series on the NASCAR ladder. iRacing also features team racing, providing a variety of options for members to create and manage their own teams. Race with friends or real-world teammates in full-length endurance events like the 24 Hours of Daytona, Spa 24, or the Bathurst 12 Hour. Additional partners include IMSA, World of Outlaws, Supercars, and IndyCar, allowing members to race in their very own Indianapolis 500, Bathurst 1000, Chili Bowl, and many more iconic events. This is iRacing, delivering the most authentic racing experience short of getting into a real race car. Sign up today at iRacing.com.
Welcome back to the Iowa Speedway, where we just saw the finish of the Rumar Vinyl Designs 112 to kick off the season. And there we saw the 51 of Justin Fuller take the win. And now we are caught up with Justin Fuller. And Justin, you won last year, you won this year. Is there just something with this track for you?
Well, I've always been good here. I'm sorry for my voice. I had a little bit of a sinus infection and I've got some stuff running down my throat, so I'm been losing my voice. But I've always been really good here, and I always found ways to lose the race. And last year I was able to put it together to pull the win off finally, and got it again this year. So I always look forward to this track. I know it's not the best track probably for these cars. It's really hard to pass, especially to get going, but it's a lot of fun. I really like hanging it on the edge here, and yeah, that's just a lot of fun for me.
And lap 67 is where it all really happened for you to kind of secure the win. As maybe kind of walk us through that restart on that, or the restart that got you the position for the lead.
Well, you know, I've never raced with Alex before, so I didn't know what his tendencies were and how he was going to race. He raced really clean. Didn't do anything wild in front of me. Didn't do anything wild when he got behind me either. So I appreciate him racing me clean, and it's hard to come by sometimes with some people. And yeah, I just knew you had to get that on the restart. So I had plenty of room going into turn one, I think. So I ran a little high so I get a run off the corner, and he made the pass for me fairly easily because he kind of gave it to me. I think he thought I was going to overdrive the corner possibly, and he tried to cross me over. When he did that, I was still on the bottom line and probably caught him off guard and he had to lift. So that's basically how that worked out for me. It was just, I was trying to figure out a way to get by him because it was just so hard to pass, and I knew that was my moment right there.
Oh, starting the season off with a win. Do you think this is going to be the start of a championship season for you?
I'd like to think so. I'm 2 years in a row now of being the runner-up, which is nothing to be upset about. It would be nice to get another one, but it is what it is. I'm just here. I want to have fun. Short tracks are a lot of fun, and that's what I'm mainly here for. Obviously, a championship would be great, but I got 3 championships I'm focusing on this year again, just like last year, and we'll see if we can pull them all off, or at least get 1 or 2 of them. This is a good start, not only for the late models, but for the Coach's Corner Challenge as well. So, looking forward to that. Trying to go for that title again, back that up as well.
All right, Justin, thank you so much for coming out and talking to us. Before we let you go, though, who would you like to thank for your win here tonight?
Yeah, I want to first off, got to send a huge shout out to Al Smith and all the admins of the State Racing League for what they do to put this on. This is not easy by any means. They do this year after year after 12th season. I mean, congratulations to them putting this on like that. Thanks to Rumar Vinyl Designs, I butchered the hell out of that, for sponsoring this race. Thanks to everybody that watched, everybody in the race. Thanks for you guys putting on the broadcast. I definitely will go back and watch it tomorrow at work. I'll say that every time I do an interview. So, thanks to Personal Comforts, Costenzo, better at a better price. If you're looking for a bed pillow, anything like that, check them out. He's been a huge supporter of mine, and I'm really thankful for all what that he does for me. And thanks to Trey Edson for I don't know it's the same car as last year, but thanks to him for always keeping me looking good on the racetrack and off the racetrack with designs. So, yep, I'm really glad to have you guys back here this year, and looking forward to the rest of the season.
All right, well, thank you very much for coming and talking to us, Justin. Congratulations once again for your win, and hopefully we'll see you again next week.
Thanks, Kelly. Have a good one.
Now it's Justin Fuller, driver of the 51, and the winner of the Rumar Vinyl Designs 112. But now moving on, I believe we're going to be going back to Roger Muth, who is caught up with our second place finisher.
I caught up with the driver who will finish second here tonight. Guillaume, a great run for this car, straight off the trailer, a very fast car, just like it was at the end of the season last year. Good qualifying effort, good speed, but it'll be second here tonight.
Yeah, once again, I have to settle for second. But it's a good thing for the start of the season. I'm happy with the second place, and I didn't thought I was going to be there at the beginning of the race because I cut the wall a few times on the front stretch, but I'm happy with the second place tonight.
You talk about catching the wall. This track here is the biggest track we're going to go to all season long. How much did that hurt tagging the outside wall, wrinkling up that front right fender?
I got lucky because it was still pretty good. I didn't lose the draft to Bill when I did that, so I was able to stay in the draft and not lose any spot or time to the other guys in front.
Then you were able to battle with these guys out front here. A lot of side-by-side racing. Where did this 13G really excel versus its competition tonight?
I think it was a tire saving. I did a pretty good job not getting too loose on corner exit out of 4. I saw Fuller get loose a few times, and I thought I was going to get him at the end, but I had no time left to do that. But I think tire management was great for me tonight.
So you come up just short. You save the tires as best you can, but looking forward in the schedule here, we're now going to head to the Myrtle Beach Speedway, another track that likes to eat tires. What do you think about Myrtle Beach just 1 week from now?
Yeah, usually I'm pretty good there, but we never know how the track's going to end up, what the track's going to do. So I'm really looking forward to a short track because he always a big track. And I'm better on short track, so maybe I'll get a win there.
Well, we're still waiting for that first win to come, and it's got to come this year, G. I swear, it's got to come, my friend. Keep the loud pedal down here, but before we let you go, who's on the side of the number 13G this season that makes it possible for it to get to the track, stay the best dressed, and still as fast as it is?
Yeah, first of all, I have to thank Al for putting on this league. I mean, it's a really great league and for 12 years, and it's absolutely amazing. And after that, I have to thank Adapt Solution. They're my main sponsor this year, and also you guys for broadcasting every race this year.
There you hear it from the man. Puts a G on his number this season, and the G-Man will finish P number 2. So Guillaume Fortin finishing P number 2 here tonight. It's a great start to the season for the man out of Quebec. Finishing back into the third spot, Kelly Dahl, you have him standing by with you, and it was a rough one for him here tonight.
Yeah, caught up now with Mike Alexander. Mike, you had a bit of a rough habit going in the pit stop, but you were able to recover. Maybe kind of walk us through what happened at the pit stop and how you were able to get back up through the field.
Yeah, I just I missed my pit stop my pit stall just a little bit, and then as soon as I stopped, I didn't have my foot on the clutch, stalled the car, and then I had to restart. It was a big old mess, but anyway, no, came back out I think 9th, and it's really tough to pass here. I figured the night was done, but just kept picking them off, and got back to a podium at least. I felt like I was really quick, and I felt like I had a car to win here, but just that pit stop really screwed me up.
Well, next week we are going to be moving on to Myrtle Beach Speedway, and how do you figure about your chances there?
I don't think I'll do very good there. I've never been good at Myrtle Beach, so we'll just we'll take whatever that gives us.
Well, before we let you go, thank you so much for coming out and talking to us. And who would you like to thank for your run here tonight?
I'll thank Arnar Kinsman's Auto Salvage, Port City Race Cars, CRF Chassis, Excel Property Services. Thank you guys for putting on a great show. And thank Rumar Vinyl Designs for sponsoring the race. And Al for putting us on, Al and AJ and all them guys that put this all on. It's just the best league I've ever been a part of, so it's a lot of fun here, so I can't wait to keep going through the year.
All right, well, that was Mike Alexander, driver of the 75 and our third place finisher here tonight. Congratulations to you once again for your run.
Thanks, Kelly.
All right, we're going to send it back up to Roger for a few closing thoughts.
A great race here tonight in the season opener for the Rumar Vinyl Designs 112 season opener for the Upstate Racing League presented by Best Colorful Creations. It was a good one. We always start here at Iowa, and every year we come, we add another lap. And that's why it was 112 laps here tonight in the season opener. A great run for Justin Fuller to take his crown back here tonight as picking up the big W tonight. You heard from Guillaume Fortin, Mike Alexander. Finishing out the top 5 was Steph Marinac, Matthew Barkhouse, Ryan Hacker was 6th, Brett Hahn was sitting there in 7th, Justin Rigsby, Dalton Williamson, and Matt Eddy. Those are your unofficial top 10 results here tonight as we get ready to leave the Iowa Speedway. It was a great start here tonight for the Upstate Racing League, that is for sure. The season will keep on rolling just next week when we head to the Myrtle Beach Speedway. That's right, the Myrtle Beach Speedway. It may no longer be around on the real world side of things, but because of iRacing, we will always be able to race at Myrtle Beach. Coastline Surf Fishing 75 next week for the Best Colorful Creations Pro Series will happen. Some of these drivers that are going to have to rebound, AJ Hamill, Stephen Roachford, the rookie, Matt McLean, they all finished down towards the bottom here, the standings tonight. How about Alex Papini? We know that rookie will come to play next week. He'll bring the 39 back out, and he'll try to, claw his way back through the Stan RC Speedway Rookie of the Year standings. May have been a rough night, but there's still 11 races left in the season. But Kelly, Myrtle Beach next week, it's going to eat tires down at the beach.
Yeah, Myrtle Beach has always been a track of saving that right front, and we've seen it be the finale race a few times here in this league, and it's put on some fantastic races as the finale, so hopefully we'll see another great race next week, even if it is only the second race of the season.
That's going to about do it from things here from the Iowa Speedway here tonight in the Rumar Vinyl Designs 112. Justin Fuller picks up that trophy, but for everybody with Rumar Vinyl Designs, everybody at Best Colorful Creations, and everybody at the Upstate Racing League, my name is Roger Muth. That's Kelly Dahl here with the Turn 3 Racing Network, and we hope you enjoyed tonight's show from the virtual Iowa Speedway. Catch more racing action next Wednesday night from the Myrtle Beach Speedway. Till then, race fans, everybody stay safe, and we'll see you in Turn 3.